Yo guys, what's up? It's Teacher's Game 2 coming at you again with another video, and I'm going to show you this time how you actually fight the Valguero bosses using something that a lot of people have requested, dire bears. Got a Daedon, Utyrannus dire bears. Now again, I know this is going to happen immediately. Wait a minute, those dire bears are a really high level. We can't get that. I have to spawn them in that way simply due to the fact that, well, they spawn in not with good health and I don't level them at all. So I'll show you. This is the best armor saddle that you're going to see on them. About 90, 5600 health, 540 or 560 melee. Nothing is great on these things. They are really not that good. 4400 health, 55 armor saddle, 581. They're not very good dire bears at all. You can easily get much better ones with higher health. You can get 15, 20k health easily on dire bears, and you can also get some really good melee because these things are kind of like little mobile tanks, which is nice. I'm gonna ride the Uti, and then you've got a Daedon, decent level, nothing great. Look at the food, nothing spectacular. I've got a bunch of mutton on him because it helps, a little bit of raw meat too. We're going to go ahead and turn on passive healing because we want that to happen. You want to make sure some of the options you want to have on. Obviously, if you can have someone riding these things, I would do that, but that's up to you. Lowest follow range, make sure he's on passive, and we're going to go ahead and make sure he's on the targeting lowest. We don't want him to be able to move very much. And then ignore group whistles as well because you want to be able to say, attack my target, and then ride your Uti into justiceness. That's a new word. I'm just going to make it work. So we're going to go ahead and start this without further ado. I've only got, I think it's like 12-ish dire, not even 11 dire bears, so it's nothing spectacular. Obviously, as you can see, we're going to go on into this boss fight. The biggest thing you want to do, if you have, I guess some of the things you'll need, you don't necessarily need them, but med brews are really important for the manticore because when they shoot the little purple things down, you need those med brews. A little bit of food and water is always good to bring in as well. And then obviously, because sometimes the manticore can be a pain in the butt unofficial, you want to make sure you bring in some form of long distance weapon so that way you can take it out of the sky. Obviously, it's not suggested to do it with one person, but if you have to, you have to. You can see everything right there. You want to make sure you go down to render things in and kind of just hang out. See, the manticore did its little shooty thing and it moved. That's a good thing. You want that to happen. And then make sure your Daedon's on follow you, whistle attack my target. And then I usually just go ahead and go down. Boom, like this. Make sure these guys get shredded. Obviously, we're moving around like this. Okay. This is just lovely. The Daedon is currently healing things, which is nice. You want to try and make sure you engage the boss, the dragon specifically, somewhere near the bottom of the stairs because you don't want to be near that megapithicus. You only want to fight one of these things at a time. If you fight more than one of these things at a time, it's a big problem. Use your tertiary attack to give your little guys a boost. Once he's right there, attack this target. He will keep trying to get to you, so you want to try, there we go. So he gave them all that nice little fire blast. Daedon is going to hang out near me, which is what I want. You can see how much damage these guys do. It's a lot, which is pretty awesome. The dragon will be focused on them, and you kind of want to just sit to the side. If you can attack, might want to try. You don't have to, obviously, but it helps too, because look how quickly this thing's getting shredded. Obviously, unofficial, you'll have better dire bears too. It's kind of something that helps, but you don't necessarily need it. And then maybe even we'll get this guy in one little blast here, which will be quite nice. Obviously, you want to avoid that to the maximum of your... Oh boy, come on now. Avoid that fire blast because that's the stuff it does right there. And we want to try and bring... Ooh, they got shredded by that fire. So that's unfortunate. We want to try and bring this Daedon over here to get them some health because obviously they are struggle bussing right now. Try and J-whistle them all actually and pull them near us. Come on, dire bears. There we go. And you can see that the Daedon is now healing them up. And you can just hang out here for a minute. There is no countdown timer on solo. It does exist. I do know that for sure. You can see the stats on this Utyrannus, not very good, obviously. I'm going to try and heal him up a little bit too. The Daedon will help heal a lot, but it's not really enough to do a whole bunch of healing for you, which is unfortunate. So that kind of sucks, but oh well. I'm going to go ahead and hop down here, right on the Daedon. And we're going to go ahead and enable his passive healing ability. Has he not been able to do it? There he goes. So we want to be able to heal up a little bit because, as you can see, some of these dire bears are taking some serious damage. It's doable still. It's doable. But we're going to go ahead and J-whistle anyways. And we're going to go and go this way. Come on, dire bears. I know you're tired. I know some of you have taken some serious damage. The big thing that you want to worry about with the dire bears is that fire blast, because that thing does a ton of damage, which is kind of unfortunate, obviously. All right, dire bear, get out from underneath those rocks, please. Come on. I just need all of you. I need all of you. Give him that boost. And just keep giving it to him. So we're going to go ahead and go now to the megapithicus. Now what we want to try to do, avoid fighting the manticore and the mega at the same time. So we're going to go ahead and walk this way. Stop this mega. Come on. There he comes. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and sit up on top of this little ridge and whistle. Okay, come on now. That's ridiculous. There we go. So now he can't hit me up here. It's another little trick you can use. Obviously, you want to try and do as much as possible. Some of these guys are taking some serious damage, so we're trying to avoid that as much as possible. Attack this target. We'll try and bring him over here. And I'll keep doing my little boost here. You can see he's taking quite a bit of damage. These dire bears are... some of them are bleeding a little bit, some of them not so much. But they do quite a bit of damage, which is nice. Keep an eye on your health. Obviously, you saw I just got hit by a blast there. Oh boy. Manticore, really, right now? So take yourself a couple of med brews if something like this happens and you're stuck in the middle, because you do take some torpidity from this stuff. These dire bears are doing a little bit of a shred fest. There we go. And now I want to attack this target. And I'm stuck here, unfortunately. They do quite a bit of damage. This is nice. Sorry for that voice crack right there. Still have a little bit of sickness going on. Alright, so we're going to have a J-whistle on these guys. And they're still attacking, which is nice. This thing will do that little circle thing, and you want to try and make sure that you keep it near you. So it's not a bad thing. Now, in order to get the manticore to land, a lot of people are having issues with this. Sit here and tank a blast or two. Usually you can med brew up through most of it, and it's stuck in the air right now. But what happens is if you constantly move, the manticore will not land. There's some glitch with what goes on with it, and it just doesn't like landing. Obviously, as you can see, I'm losing a couple of dire bears, so not the greatest strategy, but it's doable for sure. So it's landed. Now my dire bears will... Oh, come on now. That wasn't very nice of you. Now, we just want to make sure we stay still. That Daedon sometimes heals when it has food left. Obviously, it doesn't have much food left, so it's not healing right now. And we're just going to hang out for a second and tank some hits from this manticore. Here comes a big hit. Boom. That's why you have your med brews. Just toss those on. You should be pretty okay. Manticore's up in the air. You can see, oh, this is going to hurt. Got those med brews ready, though. Get your C attack going. And here, oh, she almost came down. And we're just going to hang out here for a second. Obviously, you see these are really bloody. So we're going to go ahead and try and avoid as much contact as possible. She's coming down, though. Oh, maybe not. Philly fake out. Now keep him up on that the Utyrannus' blast attack, that buff that it provides, because it helps reduce the amount of damage taken, which is quite... Oh my goodness, come on, land now. You're being a bit of a jerk face. I don't like that. So they are pretty bloody. I think she might land here. Yep, she did. There we go. And because they're on attack this target, they remember that she is the one they're attacking. So they are going to continue to attack. And you can see she just took 75% damage. Not bad. Not bad. These dire bears are getting pretty low on health, though. You can see most of them are pretty bloody. But keep in mind also the fact that these are terrible dire bears. None of them are very good, and the saddles aren't even that great either. Unofficial, you can get much higher saddles. Oh, there I go, landing again. She does quite a bit of damage, though, so you want to make sure you keep this buff on them. Now, the big thing you're going to have... Oh, there we go. The Daedon's even giving me a little bit of passive healing here. Nice. This should be it. Boom. All right, that's doable. I think that some good dire bears. These guys are obviously low on health. 79 armor, low health. But look how much. So just so you can see, there's 17 levels into this guy. Look how much you can actually improve these things' health. It's 15,000 on 17 levels. So you could bring much better dire bears into the boss fight. I just brought in literally just wild tames, nothing great, and it worked fine. I think it's definitely doable. I would encourage you to use them or at least give it a try because it's kind of a little fun. The Daeodon seems to not have taken too much damage, which is nice. The food obviously is a little bit of an issue. Mutton does give them 100 food back per time, so if you can get mutton, it helps a lot. But obviously that's up to you. Other than that, hopefully this helps you out a little bit. Ooh, this one's real bloody. 375. What? Oh, there's that 38 armor saddle, so it's doable. Definitely doable. All right, hopefully you enjoyed this video, guys, and hopefully it helps you out with your boss fights. If you don't mind leaving a like and a subscribe, that'd be much appreciated. I do try and put a lot of work into these things to try and help you guys out. All right, Teacher's Game 2, out.